Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna be doing a review for Halloween Kills. I have seen it 3 times now. I went to go see it Thursday night in theaters. I saw it Friday morning on Peacock, and then I watched it again in theaters Friday night. So it is now Saturday morning, and here we are. I have thoughts for sure. All in all, I enjoyed the movie a lot. It's exactly what I was looking for from a Halloween movie, and there are some things that I don't quite agree with. There's some things that I wish we got more of, and then there's some things that I wish we got less of. But I will get into them for sure. Um, but just for like a no spoiler section, yeah, I enjoy it. If you know what to expect from a Halloween movie, then I think you will enjoy it. They definitely give you what you should be looking for from a Halloween movie. Um, with some added stuff in for sure. All the performances from the main cast, great. Jamie Lee Curtis kills it. Judy Greer kills it. Andy Matichak kills it. And then the returning cast, or returning characters, they also do very well. Also, however, do wish we maybe got some more from them and some other characters, and I'll get into it when we get into details. But I feel like there's some things that could have been either taken out or shortened, and we could have instead used that time on building the relationships and the bonds between our main characters. But it is what it is. We'll get into it into more detail for sure. So I'm just gonna go through the movie. I got like a plot summary right here in front of me. We're gonna go through scene by scene, or at least important scenes, and then I'll just give you my thoughts on everything. So we open the movie with Cameron stumbling upon Officer Hawkins' body. Yeah, that I don't really mind too much. You know, we all thought that Hawkins was dead in 2018, so I don't mind him being revealed to be alive. Actually, like Hawkins' character. So if we get more of him, and it appears that we will be getting more of him, I am 100% down with that. Then we do a little bit of a flashback, and the flashback was cool. I liked it. I just feel like it went on a little bit too long. When I was watching on Peacock, I actually timed it. It was about 9 minutes long. I feel like 5 minutes would have been a perfect amount of time. Everything at the beginning of the flashback, I think we could have done without, or at least, save it for an extended cut of the movie, which apparently is coming soon. But I feel like, yeah, they could have cut that and used that time on our present day characters. Everything from like the Myers house and the flashback, I think, should be the only part of it that stayed in the final cut of the movie. But other than that, it was cool. It's cool to see the Shape in his glory, in his prime. Although Michael was going off in 2018, no doubt. But also cool to see Loomis again, man. And apparently that was all makeup. There was no CGI. So that was really cool to see. Really hit the nostalgia for sure. All right, and then from there we get to meet our returning characters, our legacy characters: Tommy, Marion, Lindsay. I almost called her Nancy for some reason. I was thinking of the actress that plays Marion. Lindsay and Lonnie. And we also got some extra Lonnie background in the flashback, which I didn't mind. I didn't mind that at all. So I think in the flashback they could have just kept the Lonnie shit, and then what happened at the Myers house. They didn't need like anything else. Maybe even cut like a little bit of the Myers house out, just the important stuff that happens there. So yeah, we get to meet everybody again. I like all the performances, honestly. With Nancy Stevens and Kyle Richards coming back to reprise their roles, you're gonna get nothing but good there. Anthony Michael Hall is Tommy. He plays an interesting Tommy, and I have mixed feelings about Tommy's character. I don't know. I feel like if he wasn't Tommy, I might be a little bit more okay with it. But just the fact that he is supposed to be Tommy Doyle, I feel like some of his decisions could be justifiable, but also I just don't know if I really agreed with them, or if they made Tommy likable to me. But Anthony Michael Hall did perfectly fine as Tommy. He has some really I don't know, the way he like portrays how he feels about Michael. He's always like, "I'm gonna get you. Come on, man." Like I think that was pretty cool. I actually like that. It felt somewhat realistic. So, and yeah, I don't really know if Tommy is actually scared of Michael or not. Like there's like mixed feelings. As the part where they think Michael's in Marcus and Vanessa's car, Tommy's like second guessing himself almost. He like keeps looking back to the group, and he's like, I got this. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Tommy was actually scared of Michael, or if he was just trying to portray that he was a lot bigger than he actually was. But yeah, I enjoyed Tommy for the most part. Like I said, just a few things I wish that maybe they would have switched up with this character. Lindsay, we didn't really get much of. I do like Lindsay, so hopefully we get some more of her in Ends. Marion didn't really get to do much. So I mean, it is whatever. I like that we got more of Vanessa and Marcus, who were the nurse and doctor couple from the 2018 movie. So we got to really, that's one thing I do like about this trilogy. They're really like, there's no small roles, it appears, you know. Even if you're in one scene in one movie, you might come back with like a bigger role in the next movie. So I think that's really cool. There were a few characters that were given that treatment. So that was really cool to see. Vanessa, Marcus, I thought were good characters. I enjoyed them, and this is where like I wish we just got more time with them instead of them wasting time on other things. Because unfortunately, yeah, I mean they weren't around long. We also get Lori and Karen and Allison going to the hospital. I like that they mentioned and brought up the fact that Ray died last movie, because they kind of just completely forgot that happened, that Karen's husband and Allison's dad was murdered. So I like that they gave that more attention, and it makes a lot more sense. I just really enjoyed how they portrayed the trauma that like Karen and Allison are now having after their experiences with Michael. We get to the scene back at Lori's compound where the firefighters are trying to put out the fire and are too good at their job, apparently, because they end up saving Michael Myers. I like the scene. Obviously, we saw a lot of it in the trailer. I feel like, it is what it is. Some decent kills, very edited and cut, obviously, because a lot of people, bit of like just a montage kill scene, but it was fine. It was fine for what it is. Definitely like a trailer scene for sure. Michael ends up coming across this older couple, the woman of which, Sandra, she was actually in 2018. She was the gravekeeper that the two podcasters chatted with when they were going to visit Judith's grave. So again, just very cool that they brought her back for a bit of a bigger role. Just makes it feel like a legitimate town, instead of just like, okay, this is like, just movie characters. It actually felt like real citizens in a town, and that's awesome. And I do enjoy that their relationship too. It was funny. It was a funny little dynamic that they had. Unfortunately, they get fucking just massacred. Uh, yeah, Michael, I think the guy's name was Phil. He just drags him out of a window. Man's ends up getting like his neck stabbed and cut with glass. Gets a light tube and stabs Sandra in the neck. Very brutal. That's one thing, man. The kills were very brutal, and there's a few kills in specific that feel extremely brutal, extremely realistic, and hard to stomach. And this is one of them for sure. And I enjoy that personally because it makes it feel, you elicit more emotions from the person watching. There are some kills that are very edited and there's a lot of fast cuts. And now to me, it kind of takes me out of it, especially just depending on the character. It can make like a very important character's death, which we'll get to, feel not as impactful because it was just so edited and just feels very watered down. So yeah, I enjoyed these kills, and then there's some other kills also coming up that were very like brutal and long and drawn out, and I respect that for sure. I hope we get more of that and Ends. So there's also this side plot story that serves as like the social commentary of this movie. Um, I get it. I get what they were trying to do. I just personally could have done without it. You know, it's a Halloween movie, man. We don't really need this here. Essentially, it's shown on the news at the bar that there were two of the inmates from the bus crash that weren't found. Obviously, one being Michael, and then another just being another random inmate who we actually saw at the beginning of 2018. So this other inmate pretty much gets mistaken for Michael Myers this whole movie. He ends up in Marcus and Vanessa's car, and then crashes it, and then runs off. And then later on, he comes back for this very extended scene that just goes on way too long, and in my opinion, really didn't serve much of a purpose in the story. Obviously, like the message behind it is very real, and I respect the message behind it. I just wish that we got more of other things. You know, like I said, I just really wanted more time with our main characters and our returning characters. Man, I really wanted more time with Lori, Allison, Karen, Cameron, Lonnie, the group that Lindsay was with, Tommy. You know, I think that would have served a lot more of a purpose, but it is what it is. From there, we get another introduction scene to this couple that is living in Michael's childhood home. I like their characters, but again, just serving another example of I feel like we're spending too much time with these characters who, at the end of the day, don't really have much relevance to the plot. You know, I they were funny, and I actually do like their second scene that they get where they're going through their house looking for Michael. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if this movie is an hour 47 minutes, I think, but it still feels very short to me. So maybe if the movie was a bit longer, I would have been okay with them getting as much time as they did. But again, I just feel like it kind of took away from our main characters, even though their scenes were very enjoyable. But yeah, we get their introduction scene. Essentially, it's a gay couple that are living in the Myers home, and they know about like everything that happened in the house, which is very weird to me. I don't know why you would want to buy the house if you know everything that happened. But yeah, they get pranked by some kids, and then the kids come back. And one of the next couple scenes at the park when Lindsay and Co are driving by, Lindsay gets out of the car and she tells the kids to go. The kids say they saw Michael, and then Michael appears behind Lindsay's car that Marion, Vanessa, and Marcus are in. And we get this little callback scene to Halloween 1978 where Michael crawls up the back of the car and then starts just fucking with Marion pretty much. Yeah, and then from there we get two very good deaths, and then one death that's kind of just like, eh. Marion pretty much just gets stabbed after failing to kill Michael. And then from there, Marcus gets stabbed in the face, which that was a very good kill. And being in the theater, both times I went, man, very good reaction from Marcus and Vanessa's deaths. Vanessa, yeah, I found it very weird. Vanessa, like literally right before this scene, Marcus had the gun, and Vanessa was like, "Do you know how to shoot that? Just give it to me," and because apparently she knows how to shoot the gun. But she gets out of the car, and then I guess she like runs away, because literally she gets out of the car when Marion and Marcus are both alive, and then Michael kills them both, and then she's coming back to the car and starts shooting. I feel like it would have been a lot better. It would have made more sense if Vanessa had just immediately tried to shoot as soon as she got out of the car. But just a nitpick there. But yeah, Vanessa's walking up to the car, just open firing, missing every shot, of course. And Michael, like, when she gets close enough to the car, Michael, like, kicks the door, and it hits the gun just goes back, and she shoots herself in the face. Yeah, hers and Marcus's death both got, like, very audible reactions from the crowd. And so did the line that Marion had, where she's like, "This is for Dr. Loomis," and she goes to pull the trigger, and the gun's empty. So that scene, probably one of the strongest scenes in the movie, honestly. Yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. Very strong deaths, and very like meaningful deaths. Unfortunately, they were kind of spoiled in the trailer, because they just now they showed the aftermath where like the bodies were strung up, and you could obviously tell who they are because their outfits, they have very distinct outfits on. So knew they were gonna die from the jump, unfortunately. But I don't know, it didn't take too much away from the scene. I really enjoyed it. Lindsay fills a pillowcase with bricks and tries to beat the fuck out of Michael, and actually did a decent job. Didn't do too much though. Michael chokes her up against her car. She like tries to take his mask off so it stops Michael from choking her. And then she runs away, hides, and that's pretty much the end of that scene. So yeah, from there, Tommy and Lonnie, Cameron, and Allison, they come upon everything that just happened to Lindsay and co. And they find Lindsay. They end up taking Lindsay to the hospital. And then I want to say this is where we get a bit of the second part of the subplot with the message behind it. The other inmate ends up coming to the hospital, I guess obviously looking for help, but clearly not in the right state of mind to really know much about what's going on. So everybody, all the citizens, they just mistaken him for Michael, and we get this like extended chase scene throughout the hospital, and I really could have done without it, man. It was very, I saw someone say that it was very cartoonish the way the mob was acting, and I agree. You had like doctors and nurses and patients in the hospital just running, knocking people over. I'm like, I don't think that's very realistic at all. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just shows like how crazy everybody has gotten because of the situation. So I can understand it. It's not like the worst thing in the world. Like, I get it. But again, just something I wish we would have had less of, just so we could have a bit more time with our main characters. Because I feel that this trilogy in specific should be very character driven, and for the most part it is. There's just some things that kind of took away from it, in my opinion. But yeah, Karen tries to help this patient out. Unfortunately, doesn't go to plan. He gets cornered and he ends up jumping out of a window and getting fucked up. Very good effects on the death. I just, again, if you really wanted to use those effects, I don't know why we couldn't have used those on a different kill and actually have like those effects on the kill that Michael did. Michael could easily throw someone off a roof or some shit, and we could have had those same effects. But it is what it is. I don't know. It's pretty unfortunate that they spent as much time as they did on it. We get back. I think this is like at the same time that the hospital scene is happening. We get a second scene with a couple at the Myers home, and this time they realize that Michael's in their house. They don't know it's Michael at first, but they realize someone's in their house, and they're looking throughout their house. We get a very good eye gouge scene, which is, it's very weird to see gore like that in like a blockbuster movie. So it was, I was taken aback by it. That's like some grungy, like not really well-known horror movie type gore, but I fucked with it very heavily. It was nice and an unfortunate end to those characters, but it happens. So from there, something I do like is that they're actually hammering home the fact that Michael is not obsessed with Laurie. He does not give a single fuck about Laurie, actually. Still a little unsure what Michael's motive is, and that's fine. We don't need a motive for Michael. One thing I'm not really too sure how I feel is they keep on coming back to the fact that apparently he was looking out of his sister's bedroom window, and that's like his obsession. His obsession is going home and looking out of her bedroom window. And I don't know, that I will see how it comes around and ends, but for now it's just something I can do without. I don't really need any of that. But they realize that Michael pretty much just wants to go home. So Cameron, Lonnie, and Allison, they set up to go to the Myers home to look for him. They get there. Lonnie goes in by himself, which I get. He wants to keep his son safe, and he wants to keep Allison safe as well. He gets clapped up real quick. So Allison, unfortunately, an off-screen kill. Kind of wish we got that one on screen. Don't get me wrong, we got a lot of on-screen kills this movie, but I feel like Lonnie was a bit of an important character. Yeah, I won't say the only returning character that we didn't get an on-screen death for. I could be wrong. I'm just worrying through my mind real quick. But yeah, I kind of wish we got to see Lonnie's death on screen, but it is what it is. Just a nitpick there. Cameron and Allison go into the Myers home looking for him. We get a bit of a suspenseful scene here. I fuck with it. We see the bodies of the Myers home couple. Allison's sort of just checking on them, even though they're obviously dead. Cameron's out in the hallway, and then he sees his dad's body. Michael just fucking bum rushes him, and Cameron gets utterly fucked up. And then this might be my favorite death in the movie. When Michael's fucking Cameron up, Allison goes out. Unfortunately, cannot really do much. Michael throws her down the stairs. I don't know if she broke her leg, but she definitely like tweaked her knee. Fucked her shit all the way up. And then Michael just fucks Cameron up, man. Throws him all over the place. Bangs his head into like the railings on the stairs. Breaks it. Fucking just fucks his neck up all the way. And then he's like leaving his head like hanging out of like the banister on the stairs. And Allison's like, come get me. And as he's walking down the stairs, he goes past Cameron. And then he just like stops, looks at Cameron, and then just fucking like breaks his neck. And it was just, man, it was very brutal. It was the type of kill that like it felt real. I felt like I was watching an actual person get fucked up. So I really like that. I like that they did that. I feel like they should have done that with some of the final deaths, which we'll get into very soon. Which unfortunately they just didn't. But this felt like it actually elicited emotions on me. I did not give one single fuck about Cameron's character in 2018, and I don't know, this movie. I was coming around on Cameron. I actually kind of enjoyed him, and then they just fucking do that. They fuck his shit all the way up, and yeah, I felt bad for him, man. It got some actual emotion out of me, so I respect that. And then we get Allison pretty much just turning into Lori at this point, which I love Allison's development so far. I think Andy Matichak has done an amazing job as Allison. I can't wait to see her character arc and ends. But yeah, she just like is not scared of Michael anymore, and I love that. She's pretty much telling Michael like, kill me. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You better kill me right now. And then Karen comes up from behind, stabs him in the back with a pitchfork, like curb stomps his ass on some stairs. I'm like, damn, okay. Nah, like I really enjoyed Karen's character in this movie as well. She rips Michael's mask off and pretty much just uses it as bait. She's like, if you want to kill someone, kill me. Come on, let's go. So she leads Michael to a trap, pretty much, where Tommy and the rest of the mob. Sheriff Brackett is also in this movie, which I forgot to mention, really. Very cool to see him back. And we get some fan service there with Brackett with the line from the original Halloween. But yeah, we get a mob of like 15, 20 people, and then Michael just standing in the middle with his mask on the ground. And then we get just like this remix of The Shape Hunts Allison, which probably like my favorite Halloween score. Just it's so good. It's so good. It's so chilling. Yeah, this felt like a power up scene, like it felt very superhero-esque. Like my man Mike is just he bends down, you got this badass score playing, puts his mask back on, and then everybody's just letting him do it. So I mean, kind of over the top, but I love it. I fucking love it. They beat the shit out of Michael. They fucking bludgeon him, shoot him multiple times. Karen stabs him, and I mean, yeah, at this point, I really thought that I thought this is how the movie's going to end. Obviously, we know Halloween Ends is coming. So I thought maybe, it's just another situation of they think he's dead, and then he just somehow manages to, slip away. But no, we got the exact opposite of slipping away. And it was funny. The second time I went to go see this movie in theaters, the audience actually clapped when Karen like stabbed Michael, and then we all think Michael's dead. The audience is clapping, and I'm just sitting there because I've seen this movie already. I'm just sitting there like grinning, bro, ear to ear, because I know exactly what's coming up next. And it was a very fun experience. That's why I love, even though I've seen the movie before, I love going to like a packed theater and just seeing how other people react to the movie. So yeah, Karen goes back to the Myers home to be with Allison, while Allison's getting her medical, you know, checked on shit and whatnot. So Brackett is getting ready to double tap Michael. Got the gun out, about to put a bullet in his head, and Michael just does some, like, my man goes Super Saiyan, rips the knife out of his shoulder, slashes Brackett's throat, and then it's just like my man literally on some John Wick shit just fucks everybody up, fucks his whole mob up, kills Tommy. Uh, it appears at least that he kills Tommy, and this is where I wish we got a little bit more of that drawn out, less edited stuff like we got with Cameron and some other deaths. Yeah, obviously it's a big scene with a lot of people, so you can't really just, like one take shot that entire scene. That's fine. I'm cool with the montage deaths there. But when it got to like Tommy, Brackett, even, like, I'm fine with Brackett's death. But I feel like with Tommy, we should have got like the same thing, and especially the final death in the movie, we should have got more of a long take, just brutal scene instead of just very fast cuts and all that shit. But I don't know. The more I watch Tommy's death, I'm okay with it because they don't use any music. It's like silent. There's like echoes and shit. And yeah, Tommy gets fucked up. I just wish some of the shots were better. A lot of the shots are very close on, like, Tommy's face and whatnot. And I just feel like I wish we got more for more far back shots just to get like a grand scheme of everything that happens. And I don't know, Michael felt very Thanos to me this movie, like, just, I am inevitable type shit. So I do like that as well. Karen for some reason goes up to Michael's sister's bedroom window to look out of it, which we get some like alluding to and foreshadowing earlier on in the movie that she's going to do that. And then I guess she's like, I don't even know how to say it, but there's comparisons drawn to her and Michael's sister. And Michael just appears behind Karen and apparently kills her. But again, it was very like Psycho-esque, like very fast shots, a lot of cuts and a lot of stabs and slices. Yeah, whether or not they keep Karen dead, we'll see. We all thought Hawkins was dead, and look what happened there. But I don't know. I think the fact that we got a shot of like Karen laying on the ground, eyes open, I want to say that she's dead. I hope we get immediate fallout and ends. I know it's supposed to be a 4-year time jump, but I hope we get like at least 5 minutes of immediate fallout from ends, because I want to see Allison's reaction to finding out that Karen dies. And I want to see Laurie's reaction as well. So I really hope we get just a little bit of 2018 fallout before we time jump to 2022. But yeah, I mean, I respect what they did with killing off so many characters. I just wish, like the things that I was complaining about, I just wish we got a little bit less of, just so we could get some more time with our characters before they were unfortunately taken from us. We still have, we got Laurie, Allison, Lindsay, I guess Sheriff Barker, which I'm sure we'll get more of in Ends. And I mean, that's about it, bro. We really don't have many people left to take out Michael, which leads me to ask, what the fuck are they, how are they gonna kill Michael, bro? Like, I really don't know. A mob full of people couldn't kill Michael. How the fuck are they gonna kill Michael? They gotta literally like decapitate him or blow him to pieces. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I know there's been talk of them taking the franchise beyond Ends. I don't know if it's been like confirmed whether or not it'll still be in the same timeline as our H40 trilogy, but we'll see, man. We'll see what they do with Ends. I'm very excited. Hopefully everything stays on track and we get it next October. Man, I will say, part of me felt a little disappointed, like it wasn't worth the wait with kills. But the more time I spend with the movie, the more time I let it marinate, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would go as far to say it's probably top 3 for me, and out of the Halloween movies, definitely top 5, might be top 3. So it's just I enjoyed it a lot. I wish we, like I said, I just wish we got less of some things, more of some others. And I know I've watched some David Gordon Green interviews. I know he wants to sort of push a bit of a political message as well with Halloween Ends. So hopefully it's not too overwhelming, because I mean that's a Halloween movie. That's not really something I'm looking for in a Halloween movie. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've enjoyed 2018. I enjoyed Kills, so I am fairly sure I'll enjoy Ends as well. But only one way to be sure. We'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, that's my review for Halloween Kills. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please, man, drop a like. It really helps me out, pushes the video out there, recommends it to more people, and we're a small channel. We need all the help we can get, man. Check out the links in the description from every important thing, like Twitch streams, Fan House for $5 a month. You can get early access to videos and just other types of posts that you won't get anywhere else on the internet. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.